Good morning dear students and welcome to today's class. Today we will be dealing with the new topic, that is joint. In the previous class we have completed about the bones of the hind limb and the forelimb, and now today we are going to start with joints. Now what are joints? Joints are the point where two or more bones are meeting. Okay, where two or more bones meet, that place is being called as joints. A point where two or more bones are joined together by for movement or articulation. Articulation means so that there is proper movement of the entire body, and that is called as joint. The movement of a body is or its parts is possible because of joints. Everybody knows that we are able to move our hands and legs because of what? Because of the joining of the bones, and that joining of the bones is possible because of the joint. Now here we have two sets of fibrous tissues which are helping us in this joint. What are those? They are ligaments and tendons. Now what is that ligament doing? The bones are held together by band of flexible. Okay, two bones are held together with the help of flexible. So they are known as what? They are being called as ligaments. So ligaments do what? Ligaments are joining two bones and they are flexible or elastic in nature. If you talk about tendons, what tendons do? They join the bones with the muscles and they are non-elastic. Okay, they are joining the bones with the muscles and they are non-elastic, and that is why bones remain fixed at a particular place. Now if we talk about at the end of bones, if you see a bone, at the end of this bone you will see there is a layer of cartilage. Okay, and this layer of cartilage is preventing what? Is preventing friction, because at joints two bones are going to rub over each other. Okay, at joints two bones are going to rub over each other, and whenever rubbing over two things is going to take place, their friction is going to be present, and because of friction, wearing and tearing of the bones can take place. Deformation of the bones can take place. So who is avoiding that deformation? It is being avoided by the cartilage. Is that clear? The end of bones are covered with soft cartilage. It acts as a cushion between the bones and prevent them from rubbing. The cartilage reduces friction between the bones and absorbs the shock. The cartilage pads are present between the vertebrae. This already you are knowing that between the vertebral column also we have the presence of cartilage. Now talking about the joints, we have three kinds of joint. First is immovable joint. Now immovable joint means fixed joint or which does not move at all. And where are we going to find that? We are going to find in our skull. Okay, in the head region, the skulls, the 8 bones were joined together with the zippers, and that was making which kind of joint? An immovable joint. Then comes partially or slightly movable joint. That joints are found in the vertebral column. If you remember, in vertebral column I have explained to you that 33 small bones show little movement, and altogether the movement becomes big. So same thing. That little movement is possible because of whom? Because of the slightly or partially movable joint. Then comes the last, the freely movable joint. Now in freely movable joint, again we have set of categories. Okay. Now let us go in detail with freely movable joint. These are the joints where one bones move freely on the other. Such joints are also called as synovial joint. So what is the other name of freely movable joint? They have been referred as synovial joint. Shoulder joint, hip joint, knee joint, elbow joint, and joint between the wrist bones and between the ankle are example of freely movable joint. Now structure of synovial joint, this is very important. Okay, this is something very important topic and you should know it. Even the diagram is also very important. In synovial joint, the end of articulating bones are covered with highly articular cartilage. So you are knowing that where joint is there, two bones are meeting, at the end of the bones cartilage is present. And what name is given over here to that cartilage? It is highly articular cartilage. The entire joint is enclosed within a tough synovial capsule. Now on the joint we have what? We have a cap, and that cap is called as synovial capsule. The wall of the capsule is formed of fibrous layer and a less denser, more cellular inner synovial layer. So outer is fibrous. Okay, if you see that outer layer is going to be fibrous and the inner layer is cellular in nature. Is that fine? The cavity of the capsule is filled with the between the articulating bone is the synovial cavity. Now there will be a cavity between the bones and the capsule. That cavity is known as synovial cavity, and between the synovial cavity we have the synovial fluid, which is helping in the reduce. It also helps to reduce friction. It is filled with stucky and lubricating fluid called as synovial fluid. Synovial joint permits considerable movement on articulating bones without friction. I told you that synovial fluid is doing what? It is also helping in reducing friction. Such joints are further reinforced by stronger and elastic ligament outside the synovial capsule. You must be knowing it that there will be what? Where synovial joint is there, definitely ligament is also going to be present, because two bones are joined together with the help of ligaments. These ligaments help in bringing the articulating bones back to their normal position after movement. That is why bones are articulated by synovial joint have sufficient freedom of movement. Now, types of freely movable joint. When we talk about types of freely movable joint, the first one is your ball and socket joint. Now, ball and socket joint is found in the shoulder region. Okay, this shoulder region. The end of the, if you remember the glenoid cavity, you remember the glenoid cavity in the shoulder blade we talked about. So here in the glenoid cavity, the humerus head is fixed and it is rotating, and that is why we are able to rotate our arm 360 degree. On the basis of presence or absence of synovial capsule and ligament, the freely movable joint may be perfect or imperfect. In perfect joint, the articulating bones are closed with synovial capsule, which is supported by elastic ligaments. Now, if capsule is present, if ligament is present, it will be called as perfect joint. If both are absent, it will be called as imperfect joint. In imperfect joint, ligament and synovial capsules are absent. The cartilage tipped end of the bones articulate directly. For example, now ball and socket already I have explained to you. In ball and socket joint, the end of one bone is rounded as a ball. You can see it is rounded as a ball. It is fixing in the glenoid cavity, the shoulder blade. Okay, the pectoral girdle. Of the pectoral girdle at shoulders and that of femur in the acetabulum of pelvic girdle is through ball and socket joint. Now here you can see what is happening. One bone is fixing into the cavity and it is rotating 360 degree. Hinge joint. Now hinge joint, you can understand the joint like hinge of the doors. Okay, you can open the door only in one direction. It is possible to open in one direction, and that was same thing. So in hinge joint, one bone is rotating on other in such a way that it can show movement only in one particular direction. In this joint, a protuberance or a condyle of the end of one bone fits into the corresponding depression so that the bone with condyle can be swung like a door on its hinge only in one direction, and that is only up to 180 degree. Then comes pivot joint. In a pivot joint, one bone can rotate on the round or the conical surface of the other bone. One bone is fixed and other one is rotating on its surface in many planes. It can be up and down, side like we have in head region. The joint between the skull and the first vertebra at the backbone, the first atlas and the second axis vertebra. You know, as I told you that first vertebra is called as atlas and second is called as axis. So there what kind of joint we are finding? One bone is getting fixed and on that top the other one is rotating. Okay, and that rotation can be up and down and it can be sideways. Next comes gliding joint. In gliding joint, the two bones can slide over each other like this. Okay, they can slide over each other. These joints allow sideways as well as forward and backward movement. Joint between the wrist bones, that is between the carpals, and between the bones of the ankles are gliding joint. Then the last one, saddle. Now saddle is an imperfect joint. Remember, where synovial capsule is missing and where ligament is missing. It is an imperfect ball and socket joint in which one bone is movable on the other fixed bone in many directions. And this saddle joint is found where? It is found in the thumb, the joint between the first metacarpal and the carpal. So first metacarpal, this one, first metacarpal, this one, and the carpals where you will find the particular this joint, that is saddle joint. And this is the only joint which is being called as imperfect joint. Now after that you can see the topic of movement and locomotion. This is not there in the syllabus, but I would suggest to you that please read it, go through it, because if any question comes up, you cannot say that okay, it was not in the note. You just read it once. You be just prepared. You should know the names of the flexor muscle, extensor. You should know all these terms, though it is not there in the portion. If we finish our portion first, then I will be discussing this topic. Then the questions which you are supposed to do in your copy is short answer type question, differentiate between, and answer the following question, that is give importance of joint, that is question number 3. Please note down these that work which you will be doing in your copy. The work which you are supposed to do in your copy is first is differentiate between, that all you will be doing. Question number 3, D part, okay. Then long answers. In long answers you will be doing question number 2, question number 4, and question number E, that is skill based question. Okay, this is your copy book. The figures which you will be drawing in the copy are as follows. Please mark the figures which you will be drawing in the copy. You will be drawing figure. The drawing figures are 12.2, 12.4, 12.5, 12.7, 12.9, 12.11, 12.15. These are the figures which you need to draw in your classwork copy. Okay, so this was all about this chapter. Now next term we will be starting with the next chapter, that is skin, structure and function. So thank you class for attending today's lecture.